Right click in the media pool and create a new fusion composition. If you double click on it, you'll get to the fusion page. If you're new to this, don't be scared. It's actually pretty easy. Everything here is a node. For example, this media out is my final clip. And if I drag this background node and click 1, I can see here I have a black background. I can now connect the background node to the media out with an arrow, and my final clip has now a background. I actually want this to be transparent, so I'll go to the inspector right here and bring this alpha value to 0. And now everything we do will be put inside of this arrow. To do that, we'll use merge nodes. Simply click on this background and then this button. You can see that this merge node has two inputs, a yellow background input and a green foreground input. We want to start with the axis of the graph, so I'll take another background and I'll make it white. Now, if we connect it to the green input, we're going to see that the final clip becomes white. What I'm going to do now is add a rectangle mask. If I connect it to the blue input of this background, the blue input simply means a mask. You can see that the white background now only works inside of this rectangle mask. I'm now going to increase the border width and I'll uncheck this solid property. Then I'll reduce the length to a half and change the position to 0.41. I want to make the axis bigger, so I'll adjust the width and height 0.8. I'll add another merge node, connect another background, but this time I'll use a gradient. I'll click here and select vertical. I want the top to be green and the bottom to be red. I'll now use a polygon mask, connect it to the background, increase its border width, uncheck this diamond here, and start drawing my graph. To modify any point safely, click on this button right here, and simply select what you want to change. If you want to move the whole graph around, you can use the center property, but I like to simply select all of the points and drag them like this. This is okay, but we can make it look better. I'll take these two and bring them up, and then I'm going to use a glow node. I'll click here, and then do shift space, search for glow and click enter. You can adjust these properties as you please. It's now time to animate this. We'll start with the axis. Since my project settings are 24 FPS, this is a second for me, and I want the axis to appear at about half. I'll go to the rectangle and keyframe the length. Then I'll go at frame 0 and drag this value to 0. This will create this animation. You can notice that in the first frame, there's this annoying white dot. To remove it, we'll keyframe this property, select this button, then go one frame forward and select this one. We'll do something similar for the polygon. Right when the axes are finished animating, I'll keyframe the length of the polygon to 0, and I'll do the same trick with this property. I'll then go to the end of the clip. I like to finish the animation a few frames before, and I'll keyframe the length to 1. This already looks good, but we can make it better. I'll select both the rectangle and the polygon, then click on spline. Make sure that in these 3 dots, you have show only selected tools selected. Then I'll go here, enable the rectangle and the polygon. I'll click on this magic button, and these are basically all the animations that we've made. I'll select them all with this button and click on S. This way everything will be smoother. Something else I like to do is add a DVE node. I'll do shift space, type DVE and click enter. This is very cool because we can change the rotation of the composition. I'll go to the start, make the X 10, the Y 5, and I'll keyframe them. Then I'll go to the end, make this -5 and -10, and we get this nice 3D effect. Let's clean up our fusion composition. I'll use line up all tools to grid, and we can go back to the edit page. Now, simply by dragging this clip, I have access to my animation. A way to make it much cooler is to add this dust composition I've made. I haven't made a tutorial for it yet, but when I do, it will appear on screen. In the meantime, I suggest you to subscribe. See ya.